Hello everybody, I'm Ray, welcome back. This is post 12 of the 30-day exploration of your potential. Thank you for being here, thank you for your comments. I hope you're enjoying this experience and that you're finding a lot on the way, on the path. This is what it's all about, this discovery, this exploration of potential. And today, what I want to talk about is actually to answer a question. And the question was, what might be blocking us? What is it that blocks us from receiving when we're trying to create something, manifest? Again, I think of these two things as the same. And also, in terms of receiving, I think experiencing is a good word to use. And again, that's interesting in terms of what might be blocking us. Perhaps it's fear, there's a lack of trust about what it is we're going to receive and how we're going to receive it, and is it safe to receive it. There are lots of blocks around safety and trust, but also worthiness. You know, am I allowed to receive this? Am I worthy enough of receiving what it is I wish to experience, or what it is that you're trying to create, whatever your intention is, whatever it is you're focusing on in terms of what you need or what you wish or want to receive or experience. And so there are a lot of blocks around safety and a lot of blocks around worthiness, and I'll be looking at these in two separate posts. But today I thought I'd go straight to the biggest block of all, I feel, is the conditioned mind, the limitation of what the mind believes to be possible and how it's meant to happen, and all the limitations that we can experience around what it is we'd like to experience and what it is we think we need to do in order to have that experience, to make it happen. And in that way, the mind can be our biggest block, okay? And we can be actively working, and this is in response to another question, specifically about manifesting financial abundance or security, and at the same time having that very real experience in life of having to pay bills and ensuring that you have the means to live well, to meet your needs. And the rational mind will say, well, I need to have this much. And if the mind doesn't see what it needs, then it's going to slip back into that conditioned response or reaction of there's not enough. And the mind just sees what is, and if it isn't there, the conclusion is there isn't enough. And that's where consistency is key. I think I've said this before. Consistency is key. Because if we're trying to create an experience or manifest something or call something in, and we have our intention, our mind set to create something, and we bring that into awareness, and we can imagine it, and we can work with that particular intention or vision or whatever it is we wish to experience. But then if we don't see the result in the way that we think it might happen or quick enough, then the mind will say, it's not working, it's not safe to trust in this. And then you slip back into that conditioned limitation of trying to make things work or to make ends meet. All the conventional ways we think something has to work and what we need to do in order to make it work. And again, that's like having one foot in the logical, the rational, the conditioned, and the other foot in the potential, the unlimited, the conscious, the quantum. And we can kind of hop between the two. And as long as we're reverting back or jumping back into the rational and that limitation of the mind, we're going to be in that loop. We're going to be in that loop of limitation. And so that's why consistency is key. And that's why we do this every day. When we have an intention, we need to hold it. We need to hold it and return to it and bring it into the present moment and imagine it and feel it and believe it and trust it and then let go. And it's not that we do nothing. It's maintaining that presence and observing what it is that is coming up. Maybe there's some healing around beliefs, that fear or a lack of trust or worthiness, and we'll talk about those in the next post. But it's being able to trust what it is you're feeling, what you're intuitively guided to. And that takes a lot of courage to believe in what you're feeling when the rational mind is saying it's not possible or it's not safe or don't be ridiculous or whatever it is your mind tells you. And my mind has told me a lot in the past, and I've had to work with all this in order to break through that limitation and to consistently come back to what it is I feel guided to, what it is I feel called to. And in that way, that consistency is helping you to focus your mind on what it is you wish to call in to your experience, or what it is you wish to receive. Okay, experience and receive. And we'll look at that in a little bit more detail perhaps in the next post. Okay, so it's being aware that what the mind, the conditioned mind sees is what you've learnt is reality, whereas in actual fact is what we see in the present moment is also a reflection of what we've created in the past. That's like me sitting in this particular house. This is a result of what I've created from a limited mindset. And if we wish to shift our experience, then we need to be consistent in what it is we are creating consciously in the present moment, and from this space of worthiness and fullness and trust. And as we consistently show up in this way, and we're meeting ourselves in the moment, whatever is coming up, whatever needs to be healed, whatever needs to be brought into awareness, awakened into consciousness. Okay, we're experiencing life in that way. In that way, we're integrating everything into the whole. And we're consistently holding the vision, the intention. What was it you started with at the beginning of these 30 days? What has your mind, your conditioned mind, told you about what is possible? And how have your habits, your habits of being or your patterns kept you in a certain limitation? And again, there's no judgment. This is what it is to be human, and to live with more awareness, more consciously, and to make the choice and to understand what it is you're being shown in the patterns and what is coming up, what feels safe, what feels threatening, where you might feel that what it is you wish to experience is not available to you in some way. Okay? But above all, it's what the mind will tell you is possible and what it sees. And if it doesn't see what you are hoping to see, the chances are you'll think it's not working, and then you'll jump back into that rational, okay, what do I need to do, and try and control the process and the detail and the how. Okay? And it's, again, every time we see that's happening, it's coming back to the intention, the vision, whatever it is you wish to create, what you want to shift in your experience, what it is you wish to receive in some way. And you're coming back to that potential, and you're working with the potential, and then you're going to trust the process, let it go, And of course, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It's okay. This is also part of the process. And it's learning to trust what you feel and having the courage to follow what you feel. And this is also part of the process. It's not something that you force. It's something that you explore. Okay? So, let's do that now. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to connect to that truth of who you are, the fullness of who you are. Call in that desire, that intention, connect with it, bring it into the present moment. Let go of how it should happen, okay? And trust that whatever is meant for you is already yours. And it's your ability to consistently connect to who you are at your core and let that be your guide. And to see when your mind wants to pull you back into the limitation, into the past, into the rational, okay, into fear. Okay, so in your own time, closing your eyes, bringing your awareness within. And again, it's that shift energetically. We're bringing the focus inward and observing. This is part of the consistency and the practice, the ability to focus your attention, to choose where you place your attention, the focus of your mind, and what it is you wish to create consciously. And observing when the mind gets pulled back into habit and patterns and conditioning, and understanding that that's how the mind works, reactively, and that in your power, in your presence, you have choice. You can choose where you focus the mind. You could choose to trust in what you're feeling, guided to. You can choose where you place your attention. You can choose to meet whatever it is that's causing doubt or confusion or fear. So it's in this consistency of practice, choosing where we place our attention, the focus of the mind. It's going to show us everything we need as well as create at the same time. So as you're observing whatever the body is communicating, observing the flow of the breath in the body, and again dropping into the heart space. And even if you don't feel it fully in this moment, you're connecting to the truth of who you are with curiosity, observing from that space of wholeness. And it's from this space, presence, consciousness, your unique expression. It's what are you feeling called to? What is it you wish to experience? What is it you wish to create? And that way again we're stepping into our power, trusting that whatever it is we wish to experience, we can create, can call in, manifest, by choosing where we place the focus of our mind, our attention. So just connecting with what it is you wish to experience, the intention that you set at the beginning of these 30 days. And just holding it there. What does it feel like? And there's already a version of you having this experience. And it's this that you can feel as well. It's not just an idea. There is already the version of you that is having this experience. The version of you that is able to hold this experience. And as we connect to it in this way and show up consistently, we are in the process of becoming this version of who we already are, without the conditioning, the limitation, the misaligned beliefs of what's possible. And as we observe in this way, we might also meet everything that says that it's not possible. We might meet the fear and the doubt, and where we don't trust, where we don't feel safe to believe. And this is also part of becoming, and where we choose to focus our attention and to meet those aspects of our self that need to be integrated, acknowledged, brought into awareness, so that we start to trust more in what we feel guided to, feel called to, and so let go of the conditioning and the limitation of what the mind believes is possible. In this way we can create more awareness of what the mind is up to and start to harness the potential and the power of consciousness to create. And we're not trying to battle the mind or control the mind, just observing what is and then choosing. Where do I choose to place my attention? What is it I wish to create? Taking guidance from what it is you feel, from that space of fullness, truth of who you are. Okay, so in your own time, opening your eyes. And again, there is no right or wrong. This is your unique experience. This is your exploration of your potential. And it's whatever's coming up, whether it's in an exercise, such as the one we've just done, or in your day-to-day. Okay, because there is so much that's happening all the time in life. But again, what is it you wish to create? What is it you wish to experience? And that's what's going to be created within who you are from this space of unlimited potential. And only you can know what is true for you. And it takes courage to meet that, to own it, to believe in it. You know, your belief is your power. Presence is your power. Who you are is your power, is enough. Okay, and it's that consistency in returning to the truth of who you are. Okay, so again, as always, do share your experiences, comment below, share this post if you think somebody else would enjoy these 30 days of exploration. Click the like button, and thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you. Oh, there's a butterfly. Another butterfly. I look forward to seeing you in the next post.